Lame Truth here. Happy Halloween, everyone. I'm going to be celebrating by watching Halloween 6, the producer's cut, which maybe some of you guys don't even know that's a thing, but the Halloween 6 with Paul Rudd is not the one we should have gotten. Actually, this might be like shocking to you, but yeah, they redid the whole movie last minute and it's awful, but there's a producer's cut, which is apparently more awful, and I kind of want to watch it. That's about all I have planned for Halloween. Nobody really trick-or-treats anymore, so don't have to worry about people ringing my doorbell. I'll just be relaxing and chillaxing, and yeah. And this map, Blackwell Fields, is incredibly orange, so it kind of fits the Halloween theme. Anyway, I want to talk about Battlefield 6. I want to talk about Call of Duty. I want to talk about my usual FPS fare. And you may have noticed that I stopped posting semi-regularly, not because I am tired of Battlefield 6 or whatever. Quite the contrary, I can't stop playing this fucking game. I just cannot. I understand that the Battlefield Reddit, the Battlefield community is kind of like, I don't know, man. They just remind me of this classic meme. Let's just play it.
Now President of the United States, President
What a great honor to be able to introduce for the first time ever anywhere.
All right, now look, I understand that it's a bit pot calling the kettle black when I call other people out for complaining. Hey, you are more than welcome to complain, but I find that a lot of the things that people freak out about in the Battlefield community is just like ridiculous. It's the most minor shit. It's quite the Karen energy, you know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know, it's just a bunch of weird stuff. The color blue will make people fucking scream on the Battlefield subreddit, but regardless, they did take that skin out though. DICE are listening, so I guess that's why people are doing it, which fair play to you. I don't think the skin's bad at all, but whatever. If it's not there or it's there, I don't really care. I'm mainly playing Battlefield for the fucking gameplay. I'm just really enjoying the gameplay. Even on this map, I saw some people saying that this map in particular, before I get into the meat and potatoes, the Call of Duty drama I want to cover, I saw people saying that this map is the worst map in Battlefield history. And I don't think that's true. I think New Sobek City is the worst map in the game. It's not very good. This, I didn't really like it at first, but I kind of learned how to play it. I think a lot of people that don't like some of the maps in Battlefield 6 are trying to play it the way they want to play it instead of playing how the map wants them to play the map. Does that make sense? I actually quite like the variety of the maps in this game. Do you know how Black Ops 6, every single map was just like small piece of shit? And they all played the exact same. I don't really have that issue in Battlefield 6. I find that each map plays a specific way as this guy shoves a blowtorch up my ass and makes me explode like he's milking my prostate. Sorry. Regardless, yeah, I think this map, this might be a controversial opinion. I think this map, the way I'm playing it in this video, it's quite enjoyable, but you gotta kind of play it the way I'm playing it in this video, which is either go heavy on the vehicles or go heavy on the sniping. Like, this map favors vehicles and it favors recon. That's just how it plays. If you try to run around with an SMG or even like a support, you might not have a great time. So just keep that in mind. Each individual map kind of favors different play styles and favors different classes and stuff like that. That's just my advice. I don't know, man. Look what I'm doing in this video. I play engineer and I'm playing a vehicle heavy kind of play style, and I had a good match. I had fun. It's also a very beautiful map, very nice looking. So I don't know. I kind of like it, at least for Conquest. That's about all I play, but I want to talk about the new RedSec Battle Royale for Battlefield 6. I want to talk about the new news for Black Ops 7, and I want to talk about an email I got. Yes, I got another email that is going to blow your mind. After a brief word from this video's sponsor, we will get right on into it. So guys, Battlefield 6 is finally here and I'm loving it, but a lot of people that don't play video games for a living like me have found the grind to be a little much. If you are one of those people, then my sponsor Overgear can help you out. They have a level boost feature, which features manual account leveling performed by professional players through official servers. You can unlock weapons, skins, and camos without the manual grinding. Overgear also offers weapon leveling, which is manual weapon leveling handled by pro players yet again. You can get your weapons leveled up, and again, if you don't have a lot of time, this is going to just save you a lot of frustration and lets you enjoy the game. And these services are safe and secure. Overgear uses 100% manual play, guys. No bots, no cheats, none of that mess. Just real people trying to get you leveled up if you don't have the time to do so yourself. So guys, hit up the link in the pinned comment or video description. Use code TRUTH10 for 10% off your order. And hit up Overgear today. Save yourself a lot of time, a lot of hassle. See you on the battlefield. All right, guys, thank you again, Overgear, for sponsoring today's video. You know, like some of the challenges in this game, love it to death. But some of the challenges, oh boy, very tedious. The long-range assault rifle kills or whatever, just ridiculous. It's like, I think it's 100 meters, 50 meters, something like that. You know what I'm talking about if you play the game. I still haven't gotten that. I'm nowhere close. I've only got like 25 out of 100, and I've played about 75 hours of Battlefield 6 at this point. So, yeah. Regardless, I guess I should talk about RedSec, speaking of long-range bullet kills. RedSec came out, and I think you guys know my thoughts on Battle Royale games and Battle Royale modes and whatnot. I will say this, though. I have no interest in Battle Royale. I have no interest in playing the mode. I saw some people, again, doing the screaming liberal woman meme, where she's just freaking the fuck out over the fact that RedSec challenges were in Battlefield 6, and when you'd reroll, you'd sometimes get a RedSec challenge. If you don't want to play that mode, well, they already fixed that, so you don't have to worry about that, and that's good for me too, because I have no interest in playing any Battle Royale. However, RedSec, to me, I watched some gameplay of it, and it does look pretty good. It honestly looks pretty good. I'm not going to play it. I'm more concerned with the actual paid Battlefield 6 game here. I think it's just way more fun. I don't know, man. I like capping points, and I like respawning. That's just my thing. I have no interest in BR. But RedSec does look pretty good. So hats off to them. I hope it's good. I hope the people that play it have a good time. I just won't be joining you. I don't give a fuck. Speaking of not giving a fuck, let's talk about Call of Duty now. I got my Battlefield talk out of the way. Let's talk about what Call of Duty is doing here. Let's just get right on into the meat and potatoes, and let me just show you something that made me cringe. Straight up fucking cringe. Check this out. So you might be asking yourself, BT, what in the fuck are you showing me? You're not going to believe it. If I don't give context to this, you would never guess what the fuck this is. Seriously. These are prestige icons. Prestige icons for Black Ops 7. I don't think I am being dramatic here when I say that the middle one especially looks like AI slop. It looks like AI. It does. I mean, most of these do. And they did this with Black Ops 6. The fucking prestige icons were pretty much verified AI. I mean, people on Reddit were saying the same thing. This guy says 3 is the only one that looks like an emblem. Their graphic designers / art direction team should be fired. How hard is it to make a fucking emblem look like an emblem and not a 7-year-old using ChatGPT? Anybody can literally make this right now using any AI app. This is wild. I see Call of Duty doing all of these good things. You know, I really do. Like, objectively speaking, I have to give them credit somewhat. They are doing a lot of things right. I'm going to cover the good things, too, that they're doing in this video. But it's just like, dude, I feel like Call of Duty is a career criminal. I mean, they are infamous among the community for just being awful. Awful fucking, just terrible dirtbag, scumbag person that's constantly in and out of prison, constantly breaking the law. And then one day on a Facebook post, they announced that they found God. Hallelujah. Praise be, it is a miracle. I'm a changed man. I am walking the straight and narrow now. No more robbing convenience stores. No more kicking the homeless in the nuts until they piss blood. No more stealing my coworker's breast milk and selling it on eBay. That really happened at Activision Blizzard, by the way. No more of that, though. I have changed. And you see this and you think, well, that's pretty good. But let's be honest. In the back of your mind, you're thinking, is this just a front for something? I don't really trust them. That is how I feel about Call of Duty and Activision Blizzard. I know, and we know, and pretty much everyone knows the only reason they are doing good things for the series right now is because Battlefield, in every measurable metric, is kicking their ass. Let's check out this Reddit thread about the whole matter with like RedSec and Warzone because it's quite interesting. Again, I don't care about BR, but I do wish RedSec and Battlefield the best in that regard because I want competition in this space. You can see what it does for us, the consumer, when we do get competition. We actually get a Call of Duty game where it appears that they are trying, at least for now. But just take a look at this. This person says, Activision, you captured lightning in a bottle during COVID, grabbed everyone's attention and time, and the road was all yours. Instead of continuing to build with your unimpeded momentum, you allowed cheaters to run rampant without repercussions. Don't even check nor test for bugs, have no creativity or passion in creating new maps, provided a stale meta that only gets staler and pretty much rendered LMGs useless, have a mature rating as a game, allow for a graphic storyline, constant cursing throughout the campaign and in multiplayer, but chat ban players for game banter, no longer have the magic for limited time events, yada yada. I'm sure I'm leaving out so many more different things that you have done to alienate your loyal fan base. Maybe it did take Battlefield to come out for you to wise up and finally understand why a lot of your COD players are pissed off. I don't know what's worse, the declining player counts and player morale, or your true lack of thought into all the decisions you've made until now. It's probably too late as well. Another pandemic won't save you this time. Man, that hits deep. I really resonate with this, and I think you guys do too, and you can let me know in the comments section if you are in agreement here with me, but it doesn't really matter what Call of Duty does at this point. It feels genuinely like it's too late. I want to like Call of Duty. I want to like Black Ops 7. They are doing a lot of things right. But there's just this weird feeling I have. Like, it's too fucking late. You've lost my trust. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like you deserve to be shit on. I get you're doing good things now, but we have been asking for this stuff as a community for 6 years. And not only have you ignored us, you've doubled down and made things worse year after fucking year. I am enjoying Battlefield 6 so much that I don't really give a fuck what you're doing. And I say this as someone who's played way more Call of Duty than Battlefield in my lifetime. So really think about this before I cover this other stuff, because they do have some good things I want to talk about before I get into the big bad thing I want to talk about. But really think about this here. For the past 6 years, instead of innovating and pushing the series forward and giving us like the best thing they could and continuing to push the envelope and really just make the game better year after year, what they have done is they have just gone in a fucking circle. For the past 6 years, they have dipped so far down, and then they've just, in a screeching halt, made a U-turn and sped back to what we had essentially back in 2018 and a little bit before. There has been no innovation. There has been no evolution of the franchise. It's taken 6 years just to get back to where we were in 2018. I'm sorry if I'm not excited for the bare minimum. The things that they are doing now should be the bare minimum. They should be expected. You know what I mean? Like every fucking game, we should have working matchmaking. Every fucking game we should have, well, I'm about to show you, that's supposed to be a good thing. Like, I can't even really give them credit for this, but just take a look. This is something we should have had fucking years ago. Black Ops 7 will be fully migrated to the Microsoft Azure servers with its global launch on November 14th. And if you don't know what that means, Hope goes on to say, I don't know the tech side of things, but Microsoft don't have to pay Google or Amazon for servers for an IP they own. Should be better connection, no? And Hope says, yeah, potentially. This is a good thing. But I am not going to get excited for something that should be expected. Guys, let me tell you a little story here, okay? Back in 2015, I played Black Ops 3 quite a bit. That was the last Call of Duty I thought was great, honestly. That game was on dedicated servers. I had no connection issues on that game. Every single match was around like 20 ping. It played beautifully. Yet somehow, like 8 or 9 years later, I have packet burst out the ass. I have constant connection problems on modern day Call of Duties. Do you know how many times I've had connection issues on Battlefield 6? As an example, as a comparison. Fucking zero. I really have not noticed any issues whatsoever. In fact, quick segue here, let's check this out. Battlefield 6 RedSec servers run at 30 Hz, except for the final fight towards the final circle at 60 Hz. David Serlin says 30 Hz is more stable because of the 100-player lobbies. I'd argue our 30 Hz beats most of the competition's baselines too. For comparison, all throughout the entire match, Call of Duty's Warzone servers typically run around 20 Hz for its Battle Royale mode. So while this is a good thing, this is a step in the right direction, forgive me for not being fucking full of joyous whimsy at the fact that I'm not going to get packet burst, and that's not even like a guaranteed thing. It's the fucking crazy part about it. There are people out there saying huge W, like they haven't been playing on the bare fucking minimum hamster wheel servers for the past 6 fucking years. And I'm sorry for losing my fucking mind, but this is like Stockholm Syndrome is what this is. You expect so little that the bare minimum is seen as this oasis in a desert. They are legitimately only doing this, again, because they are getting their ass kicked. Do you want to really see how desperate they are? Do you really want to see how desperate they are? Look, if you're a Call of Duty hater, I mean, there's a lot of you out there. If you watch me, you're probably out there. If you are a Call of Duty hater, you got to see this. I got more I want to show you. Just check this out. I actually missed this because I just don't care. I've been playing Battlefield 6. I am not following anything Call of Duty, but they are doing another free trial to try, and I'm saying that with air quotes. You can't see me doing it, but they are trying to combat Battlefield's Battle Royale release in RedSec with this. They think this is going to do something. Oh, man. Do you want to know what it's done? I'm going to tell you what it's done. Absolutely fucking nothing. I took this screenshot on the 29th. And it's going to look weird because I couldn't screenshot properly and get this highlight on because Steam Charts is kind of wonky with its UI. But the point is I saw Call of Duty on October 29th in the middle of the night at the lowest player count I have ever seen it on Steam Charts. I get that Steam is not the end-all be-all for Call of Duty player counts, but it's a pretty good gauge of overall interest on every single platform. It's directly correlated, maybe not to a T, but it's pretty much correlated with the general sentiment and the general player counts. They almost went below 15,000 players in the middle of the night. I have never seen it this low. And again, this is on October 29th after the free-to-play thing happens on the 28th. It's still going on, actually. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I feel like it doesn't really matter what Call of Duty does. And theoretically here, all these changes are good. theoretically, the SBMM changes, the matchmaking changes, the fact that they're actually trying, the fact that they're bringing back classic zombies, although they're not doing it right, apparently, according to a lot of people on Twitter. But the fact that they're actually trying, right? Even if Black Ops 7 is this amazing fucking game, it's like the perfect Call of Duty game. Let's say it's just amazing. I think people have been burned so much, A, they don't care, and B, they know it's only going to be for a year. This could be the greatest Call of Duty game of all time. But as we saw with Black Ops 2, none of that fucking matters, because after a year, the game just stops getting support. We are forced to buy and play the next year of fucking slop. Like, Black Ops 2 went into Call of Duty Ghosts. Do you guys remember that? That was, 13 years ago now. It doesn't matter if Black Ops 7's great. People either don't care, and if they do care, they have to realize that it's only for a year, tops. And then Joseph and his merry band of morons are going to come in and hit our nuts with a rubber mallet over and over. It's like you cannot win with this franchise. You just can't. Their desperation, though, it's hurting everyone around them, except the thing is they can't do it really out in the open now. They have to do it kind of in shadow now. They can't just flaunt their dishonesty and their lack of care for the community anymore. But I got a follow up. If you guys remember, I covered them copyright striking Battlefield Portal stuff. Well, I have new news about that. I got another email, and it's best if I just read it verbatim. Check this out, guys. So I got another email from the guy that emailed me initially about his Portal stuff getting copyright struck by Activision. Check this out. Hey, Blame Truth, quick follow-up to the email I sent last week that you covered in your video. Thank you again for that, by the way. The response has been incredible. Glad I can help, my dude. But they did it again. This morning, I received a second takedown notice from EA, citing another Activision IP claim. Here's the kicker. This was for the fully rebranded version with 0 COD trademarks. What I changed after the first takedown: removed all trademark names, Juggernog, Pack-a-Punch, Mystery Box, etc. Created original names, Iron Guts Brew, Wep Upper Grader, Surprise Mechanics, used only generic zombie survival mechanics, built everything using Portal's native tools. What Activision claimed this time. Same exact wording, no specifics on what IP I'm supposedly violating. The implication: if there are no trademarks to violate, what are they claiming? The only explanation is they're asserting ownership over wave-based zombie survival as a concept, point systems in zombie games, weapon upgrade mechanics, the existence of zombies as enemies. This isn't about protecting their trademarks anymore. This is about killing a competitor's feature. Why this second strike matters. Your original video focused on selective enforcement, Activision going after Battlefield while ignoring Roblox, Fortnite, Gmod, etc. That was damning enough, but now they've escalated. They took down a mode with no trademark names, no copyrighted assets, original branding, generic gameplay mechanics. If they can claim this violates their IP, then they're claiming ownership of an entire game genre. That affects every game with zombies, not just Battlefield. The legal angle: game mechanics are not explicitly copyrightable under US law. This is established precedent. Tetris versus Zio, among others. You can't copyright gameplay systems, rule sets, point scoring mechanisms, AI behavior patterns. Activision knows this. They're banking on EA folding rather than fighting, which is exactly what's happening. And if you look at this guy's screenshots, I mean, it's quite amazing that you can bring something like this to Battlefield Portal. I think Portal is an amazing feature, and I said when it was announced and they were talking about it, I'm like, even if Battlefield 6 sucks and I don't like it, I'm excited for Portal to see what the creative people can do there. And here's something crazy about Battlefield Portal that you guys probably missed. Check this out. RedSec gives unprecedented access to Portal's massive sandbox. Every creator and player has the ability to create unique and unforgettable RedSec experiences for free. The RedSec version of Portal includes the entirety of Fort Linden, as well as Gauntlet and Battle Royale and verified modes. With all free seasonal RedSec content, including weapons, vehicles, and more, available for use. Battlefield 6 owners can also use everything from RedSec and combine it with the wealth of available tools, options, and features, including all new content in Season 1. So I'm sorry if I'm not jumping on this soldier has a blue uniform, a hate train that a lot of Battlefield players seem to be on. I think a good BR from a separate team can do wonders for Battlefield 6, the paid game. I really do. If they do it right, and so far, I think they are. I really do. Just that announcement alone is great for Portal users. However, the Portal users need to be able to make things that might somewhat resemble Call of Duty without getting copyright struck. The fact of the matter is that Activision and Microsoft have more money than EA. They can get away with this stuff. EA cannot afford to fight this stuff endlessly in court. And let's be honest, guys. In America, court cases are all about who has the most fucking money, especially against big companies and whatnot. If Activision, Blizzard, and Microsoft continue to be desperate and continue to fail and flop and lose money, the scummier they're gonna get behind the scenes. If they can't beat the competition by just making a good product that people want, they will do everything in their power, because we've seen them just be absolute scumbags in the past with shutting down fan-made games, fan-made projects, just trying to revitalize like Modern Warfare 2, the OG one, because it's unsafe to fucking play it in its current state on Steam, and yet these scumbag pieces of shit still sell it for full price on there, or at full price. They're still charging out the ass for Modern Warfare 2, but if you play it, you will get hacked by Dmitry and Pavlov, the bi-curious, malicious Russian duo. Not gay or anything, but Pavlov love to steal Americans' IPs while IP on Dmitry. Not gay, just sometimes I have trouble holding. Sorry, I gotta bring some humor to the serious topic here. But no, they keep losing. I mean, look, I'm not making this up. Check this out. Xbox content and services revenue is up just 1%. While their hardware revenue is down 29%. That is not good. And to be honest, I think they are just going to continue to try to hit Portal where it hurts. Anything they can try to control with the money they have left, they will. I think they're going to go after Portal even harder. I mean, their false copyright striking game mode ideas, and EA can't really fight it. Oh, what a fucking mess, dude. What a mess. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like rating, subscribe, ring that notification bell, leave a comment, all that good stuff. I will catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one and pray for Battlefield Portal, please. Peace out.